Hi there, welcome back to Meditating with Vidyamala. Today we're going to look at how body awareness can help us calm the mind. There's a really useful aspect of how we've evolved as human beings. And that is that we can't be in the body, being aware of sensations in the body directly as our direct experience, and be lost in thinking at exactly the same moment. So say you're worrying about a job interview tomorrow and it's really obsessing your mind. And you don't know what to do about it. You feel your mind is like a wild animal and you have no control. If you bring your awareness inside your body and you rest your awareness inside sensations in the body, you can't be worrying about your job interview at exactly the same time. You might bounce back in the next moment, and then you catch the mind, you notice it, and you draw it back down inside the body again. So what we're doing in this training is we're moving from conceptual dominance, where it feels like we have no control over our thoughts perhaps, to perceptual dominance. So we're moving from thinking to sensing. Of course, it's a fantastic skill to be able to think, so I'm not suggesting that all thinking is bad at all. But if our thoughts are really driving us crazy, they're very speedy perhaps, or we're worrying about the job interview, something like that, then simply coming down inside the body is a brilliant way of interrupting that cascade of thinking. Put very simply, we can't be present to what's actually happening, which is sensations in the body, and lost at exactly the same time. And when we're really worrying about something, it can feel as if we're lost. We've got lost in this fantasy about the future, and we're not experiencing our life that's happening right now. So body awareness is a very simple way to come into the present. And we do this again and again and again. So we'll do the body scan now with this emphasis. And from time to time during the body scan, I'll ask you where your mind is. And if it's wandered far away, that's fine. That's quite normal. Many of us have minds that wander. But in that moment of noticing that the mind has wandered, we can choose to come back inside the body. So first of all, choosing your posture. You can do it lying down if that's more comfortable for you and you think you'll stay awake. You can do it sitting, or you can do it standing. The key thing is to choose a posture where you'll be comfortable and yet alert. So to begin with, just settling into our chosen position, perhaps taking a few deeper breaths, and on the out breath, arrive a little bit more. Settling down into this position and giving the whole weight of the body up to gravity. Feeling into the points of contact between the body and the floor, and allowing our weight to rest down through those points of contact. And let's begin the body scan today at the belly. If you're lying down, you might want to put your hands on your belly very lightly and gently, and feeling the movement or breathing beneath your hands. If you're sitting or standing, you can choose to do this as well. But be careful that you don't tense the shoulders unduly. Or you can have your hands resting in your lap or at the side of the body. So feeling inside these movements and sensations of breathing in the belly and the chest. Swelling on the in-breath and subsiding on the out-breath. And where's your mind now? What are you thinking about? If you've wandered far away, then inviting your mind, inviting your awareness back inside the movements and sensations of breathing in the front of the body. And seeing if you can become interested in these. If these can be perhaps more interesting than the usual places that your mind goes to. How many movements can you feel? How many sensations can you feel? And now dropping through the body to be aware of breathing in the whole back of the torso. There's a lot happening in the back when we breathe. How many movements and sensations can you feel in the whole back of the body as you breathe? See if you can be curious, interested in what happens in the back of the body with breathing. If there's discomfort at any time during the body scan, then seeing if you can use the breath to soften the habit of contracting against the discomfort, of tensing against it, which usually just causes more pain, more tension in a vicious cycle. But if we can breathe with these sensations, then sometimes it can ease a little bit. And coming into the shoulders and the arms. If we're lying down, allowing the shoulders to rest back against the bed or the floor and the arms to rest against the bed or the floor. If we're sitting, allowing the shoulders to fall into gravity and the arms to fall away from the shoulders. What's happening with breathing in the shoulders and maybe even in the arms, the hands, the fingers. And where's your mind now? What are you thinking about? Are you staying with the body scan, or has your mind gone off to a thought, a worry, a fantasy, a regret, a memory? If it has, then noting that without judgment, it's what minds do, but choosing to invite your awareness back to rest inside the arms. Coming back up through the arms into the neck and the head and the face. If you're lying down, allowing the head to be fully supported. If you're upright, seeing if you can allow the head to be poised on top of the neck. What can you feel in your face as you breathe? Maybe a little bit of wind around the nostrils, or perhaps at the back of the mouth. Letting the mouth be soft and the back of the mouth soft, so the breath can flow freely through this area. What does that feel like for you right now? And inviting awareness right down through the body to the hips. If you're lying down, letting the buttocks rest against the bed or the floor, and the legs to fall away. If you're sitting, letting the hips rest against the chair, letting go of resistance or tension. If you're standing, having a sense of the hips. And now allowing awareness to pour down through the legs, the big mass of the upper legs, the knees, the lower legs, the ankles, soles of the feet, the top of the feet, the 10 toes. In whatever position we're in, there'll be some part of the legs that are in contact with the floor or the bed. So seeing if we can allow the weight of the legs to rest down through that contact. Rest in gravity. And now broadening awareness to be aware of the whole body, lying here, sitting here, standing here. And seeing if you can be interested and curious about the sensations in the whole body and the movement of breathing in the whole body. And using this as a place that the mind can keep coming back to every time you notice that you've wandered. Every time you come back to rest in these sensations, in these movements, you're present. You're in the moment. You're awake. You're not lost. So using this as a refuge, if you like, a sanctuary, a place of rest. And continuing the practice for your chosen period. And when you finish, taking time to transition to the rest of your day and experimenting with this approach. So when you notice that you're lost, that you're worrying, that you're anxious, that you're ruminating about the past, you can choose to shift your awareness down into the body, into sensations. And in that moment, you've cut through, you've interrupted whatever your mind is getting up to. And you've come home, you've come into the present. And doing this again and again throughout the day. And I'm really looking forward to meditating with you tomorrow.